Here's a little story that illustrates the value of sharing resources and creating something from nothing. There are many versions of it, and I'm not really sure where it comes from originally, but here it goes. So many years ago, in a time of great hardship and famine, an old soldier wandered into a poverty-stricken village and asked for shelter for the night. "There's nothing here to eat," the villagers told him. "You better just move on." But the soldier stopped and he said, "I have enough here in my backpack to make soup for all of us, if I could just borrow a large pot." So the curious villagers, they produced a pot and stood around watching as the soldier filled it with water and built a small fire underneath. He then took 3 round stones from his backpack and dropped them into the water. As the water came to a boil, the soldier sniffed it and said, "I love stone soup, but if I had just a little cabbage, it would taste even better." At this point, one of the villagers disappeared and came back a few minutes later with a cabbage he'd been hiding, and he put it into the pot. And a while later, the soldier tasted the soup again and said, "This is good, but a couple of carrots would make it better still." And another villager produced a bunch of carrots, and so it went on as potatoes and onions and mushrooms, a little bit of salt beef were all added to the pot until indeed there was a delicious meal for all. We all have a contribution to make, and by sharing our gifts and resources, our lives are enriched. That's my story. Thank you so much for joining me today on Food Exposed. Join us next week for another look at what's on your plate. For more Food Exposed, check me out on emPOWERme.tv. And until next week, remember, make food your best friend and exercise your companion for life.